What is up, my friends? So let's go ahead and get right into the Babysitter Killer Queen. Yes, the Babysitter, the movie of 2017, is finally here with a sequel. No, it's not the movie of 2017, but it wasn't a bad movie either. I mean, it was a very fun horror movie, and it's that time of the year when we're about to get those really fun horror movies that don't have to be deep, don't have to give you a life lesson that is gonna follow you for the rest of your life, and you're gonna go on a day look back and say, you know what, this is what that movie was preparing me for, and here I am living this, and now I am happy. This isn't that movie, and it never wanted to be. It just wanted to be a good fun time, and Netflix wanted to get those clicks. So Killer Queen is back, and this is going to be Babysitter 2. You pretty much got everybody back from the first one as well, and this movie basically picks up 2 years after the original film, and now nobody believes our good friend Cole, and his family is pretty much thinking of putting him into a psychiatric school. The only one that believes him is his best friend Melanie, and she's pretty much like, you know what, let's go on an escape. My boyfriend Jimmy and Boom Boom, his friend Diego, let's go to a lake party, which they do, and then we see the new student Phoebe arrive after she says that she found a stuffed toy with directions to the lake. What ends up happening later, however, is things go to shit as they should, right? This is a sequel to a very horror movie from 2017 that dealt with satanic shit, so we're about to get into the shits. Melanie ends up killing Boom Boom, and then pretty much what ends up happening is she saves his blood. Melanie, Jimmy, and Diego reveal themselves to be cult members, surprise Cole, and now they're looking to get Cole's blood as an offering of an innocent in order for their wishes to come true, which Melanie wants to be a TikTok star. And what ends up happening also is Sonia, Allison, Max, and John, the original cult people, are resurrected, and they can partake in this ritual before sunrise. Remember, Phoebe actually appears to save Cole, and they end up escaping, and they end up taking on all the cultists one by one, ending up by killing them all. That's the only way that they can get out of this, and we see them all fall down, and ultimately we are left with Phoebe, Cole, and Melanie. And so what we see is Cole and Phoebe end up retreating to Phoebe's old family cabin where they spend the night, and Phoebe reveals to Cole that her parents died because she crashed into them in a fatal car accident. Cole comforts her, and the two of them end up having sex because, yeah. And so what we see next is Melanie tricks Cole's father, Archie, and her own father, Juan, into coming to pick them up, she says, because they're too drunk. And this is going to hopefully lure Cole out when he sees his father. Cole and Phoebe end up getting armed with crossbows, and what we see happen is that Archie, Cole's father, shows up and actually gives him his sleeping drug so that he can take him. And then Melanie kills her own father, Juan, and takes Phoebe so that she can be sacrificed now. While stopping for gas, Cole, however, regains his consciousness, and he's pretty much like, fuck no, we need to get Phoebe. He locks his father out of the car and drives back to the lake in order to save her. They end up going to a cave where Melanie is holding Phoebe hostage, and Cole's pretty much like, I volunteer as tribute. What ends up happening next is Bee, the original babysitter from The Babysitter, emerges out of the water and reveals herself to be Phoebe's babysitter, and she says she was the one responsible for that car accident that killed her parents. She actually ended up making a deal with the devil to save Phoebe's life in exchange for her soul. Sonia, Allison, Max, and John, they're all resurrected again, and the four of them, alongside with Melanie, end up drinking Cole's blood that they mixed in with Boom Boom. So how's that for a spirit? That's a horrible joke. Anyways, now Cole did have sex with Phoebe, so this means that he is not innocent, and they needed innocent's blood in order for the ritual to work. So now that it is all wrong, it backfires on them, and they melt and disintegrate. Bee didn't end up drinking the blood, and she reveals that she pretty much planned all of this so that Phoebe and Cole would be able to unite and defeat the cult, because it's just like that, right? And she had this change of heart as well because of Cole's love confession, and after she was initially defeated in the first film. Now, since Bee is a demon, she still drinks the blood and disintegrates to save Phoebe and Cole. Cole's father shows up, and he's like, shit, Cole was right. He ain't going to no psychiatric school now, right? And then we see the sun come up, and Cole and Phoebe are left to be happily ever after. That is until we get to the mid-credit scene, because I tell y'all every time I talk about a Netflix film, Netflix likes to do it on us, and they give us this mid-credit scene where we see B's Devil Book is actually still intact, and we're gonna get a third film. And this was also confirmed by the director MCG as well, that there is going to be a third film coming. Now I'm pretty sure it's going to be here because this movie does pretty good when Netflix released it first in 2017, and it's trending on number 3 right now on Netflix, so we're pretty sure that many people are starting to get into it as well. It has a pretty good cast that draws in people such as Bella Thorne, although I'm not too sure how good that is as of yet with all of the shit going on with her, but we'll see. So I'm looking right now on Netflix and it's trending at number 4, so yeah, you're pretty darn tuned we're going to be getting another one for sure. So anyways, let me know your thoughts on the Babysitter Killer Queen. Did you enjoy this one, or did you like the first one more? This one felt a little bit more like they knew what type of movie they are, and they were really more focusing on that, whereas the first one was they were like trying to test the waters out to see like what hits, what doesn't, and then once they realized it after the first one was released, they were like, okay, go on in on what does hit, and hopefully we'll get another film. So it'll be interesting to see if we do get another film of this, because it's a pretty cheap film to make, I would say, and it does draw a lot of attention because of the star power in it that it has, especially with social media and all of that. So we're gonna see what happens if the third film does end up happening. As I told you, MCG, the director, has said he is on board to do another one, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna give it to him because I think the numbers are there, what needed to happen for it to be able to be a trilogy, whatever. I can't even talk. Let me know your thoughts below. But anyways, make sure you check out my other videos as well. I already did. We talk about the newest casting for King the Conqueror, my Lovecraft Country video as well. And I'll be having some more Netflix videos coming this week. Maybe tomorrow we'll have another one. We'll see. But anyways, as always, that'll do it for me. But let me know, did you check out The Babysitter? Are you excited about this? Also, has anybody checked out that new trailer for the new Blumhouse movie Freaky, where it's like Freaky Friday, but you get switched with a serial killer instead, and the serial killer is now committing crimes in your body, and you're the serial killer, so everybody thinks you're a killer, but you're not. Yeah, we're going to talk about that this week because I found that very interesting, and I'm kind of excited about it. So I'll make a video about that in the coming week or so. So stay tuned. A lot of horror Halloween videos coming as well. So it's going to be good. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. It's at NerdRound, so you can stay up to the latest news you need to know in pop culture. And make sure you also turn on the bell for notifications, because as soon as these videos drop, you'll want to know when they drop, if that makes any sense. But anyways, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive. Hey, if you're still listening, go ahead and check out the video on the left. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn on the bell for notifications. And as always, that is going to do it for me. Stay positive, my friends.